to kill the curve. I thought you might like that. 749. We're getting a lot of questions and comments about the SNAP benefits, so we wanted to bring Tess Archangel from Public Health on. Good morning, Tess.
Hi, good morning.
So first of all, we just had a question about the SNAP benefits and the emergency increase for those people who are already on the program. What can you tell us about that?
Oh, we applied for the emergency allotment for those who's currently under the program. That emergency allotment is actually based on the maximum allotment that they're going to get. So, like for example, because they're working, there's some deductions from the maximum allotment, so they don't get the full maximum allotment. With the emergency allotment, they're going to deduct what they have received already from the maximum allotment. An example is, let's say, for a household size, let's say one, if the maximum allotment there is roughly 200 some, and so if they only receive $50, they're going to get the difference. So if it's 200, they're going to get the 150.
Okay.
That's the maximum allotment is 200. So those who had received their maximum allotment will not get an additional.
Okay. And again, this is just for people that are currently participating in the program.
Yes.
Okay, so what about people that now suddenly find themselves without a job, without any way to bring in an income, and now they want to apply? What do they need to do?
Oh,
just walk us through.
They just have to submit an application, sign that application, and provide all the documents required. They can go to our website. The list of documents required to bring are there. And so we're going to determine them if they're eligible based on their income.
Right.
And what if they don't have all of those documents because of social distancing and they're not able to go and get the paperwork that's necessary?
Depending on what documents they provided, caseworker will be able to determine that if they need to be expedited. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean that if it's expedited, they're going to get the full benefit. If they don't submit later on, there is a maximum days where they can submit those. If they don't, then they will be terminated.
I see. And say I have all the documents, I go online, I apply for the benefits. I guess I speak with the caseworker. We go through whatever interview process is needed and is required and is completed. How soon would I be able to get the benefits?
Within 24 to 48 hours, if they got interviewed and all the documents are complete.
Mm-hmm. And how long? Okay, so I submit my application. What's the turnaround with talking with the caseworker and getting interviewed?
Depending on, let's say, if they submitted it in the morning, of course, because there's a lot of process that they have to do with those documents. Mm-hmm. They have to scan it, they distribute that to the caseworkers, and then if the documents are complete, the caseworker will call them.
I see.
The following day, they will call them the following day.
Okay. How many new applicants have you guys seen in the past, I guess, couple of months? Or not even months, I'm sorry, weeks, since the emergency declaration?
Since the emergency declaration? Let me have that. Hold on.
I'm just wondering if you guys seen a surge of new applicants.
Oh, I see. Hold on.
Right.
I have to get it from
Thank you, yeah. Because we know that, I don't know if it was a week or the week before, the governor said that there were 300 new applicants since April 1st.
Right. That was in March. But it's not something that's higher in, we can say that it's a drastic increase as compared in February or January. But, hold on. Let me just see.
Hey, by the way, you guys just joining us. This is Tess Archangel from the Department of Public Health, SNAP benefits. Just kind of calling the shots on this. So I just wanted to get her on the line to provide that clarity.
So the new application that we received in March is 220 plus the reapplication, meaning they were once in the program and they were terminated. So roughly 584 is what we received in March. What we received in February is 723.
New?
New and reapplication, meaning
Okay.
reopen.
Okay.
In January, 774. Currently, within this April, up to, I guess, last week, it's 423.
In the past week? 423?
Or is that this from
123,
April
yeah.
1st? That's just a
Yeah, from April 1st to 10th. Yeah, we can say there's an increase. Yeah.
So how are we counting are these people who have got the paperwork, turned in a signed application? Yeah, right.
Yes.
Okay. Have any of them already been approved for benefits out of the 423?
We have been submitting all the processed ones, but most of them have pending documents. That's the reason why. And so they call them. It doesn't mean that they were not interviewed. If there are pending documents, they call the client. All the documents that they do submit, they call the client, they review them, and if there are pending documents, they assist them.
Tess,
with regards to those
which
pending
documents here are these people having a hard time getting? Because if it's a lot of them who are pending documents, I'm thinking maybe they're all trying to get the same type of documents. So which ones are the problem ones to get?
Oh, I cannot give. I can. We don't track that. We don't track what documents are pending.
So just basically, people are having a hard time getting these documents that are required to apply for assistance.
Some of them.
So what seems to be the main problem then in terms of trying to process all these applicants? If it's just a few, I thought you said a majority of them, the problem was that they were not able to get the required documents. What are the other issues that?
No, I think what I think is the documents. The caseworker just needs to explain what those documents are and what they can do to replace those documents. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's got to be a big struggle. Is that everything's closed, and we've got these checkpoints out here, so people are doing their part. I think someone asked a question yesterday. What are we doing to make it easier for people to get these documents? And it's kind of troubling because you're saying that these documents, it's a lot of holdup.
I can ask the caseworkers what are mostly the documents that they are pending, but we don't track what those documents are. Like an example, if they are unemployed, we have a listing from Department of Labor of companies that laid off or with reduced hours. Our caseworkers contact them, so it's not an easy turnaround. So they still have to verify. So even though we have a list, we have to call, of course, or email the company, and then depends on their response.
Yeah, I'm looking at
We're
some
trying
of the.
to help the client.
Yeah.
And we have a list of those businesses. It's 400 some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think Linda was mentioning during the press conference last week she was going to try to work with the mayors to try and help get whatever the applicants needed.
Yes, we do. So if they don't have it, we call the mayor's office. The caseworker calls the employer to verify. But it's not, let's say they call today, they're going to receive it right away today.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, because they email them, and depending on the employer's response, we wait.
Yeah. How many caseworkers do you guys have?
Oh, roughly, probably 20.
So there's been an increase in the number of people you guys have helping these potential clients. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and besides, they work Saturday. They call them on Saturday, so they work in the evening to process those cases and call those clients. and email the employers to get those information that they need.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Anything else that people need to know when they call? You said you don't recommend that they call, or you're just recommending that they download the application. Is there a number aside from 311 that they can call and speak with somebody?
Oh, under that 311, we gave all the numbers. I think I sent our director sent the letter. All the numbers. I gave it to Chris.
Yeah.
I have it.
Yeah.
I have it
That
here.
the people can call.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
They can call.
Okay.
And they respond. In fact, just one day we received 400 some calls,
Good job.
including email.
I mean, that's not good because that means a lot of people out here need help. And
Yeah.
I apologize. We haven't touched on this issue in a few days. There's been so many things going on, but that's why we kind of wanted to
That's
get back to you.
Yeah.
Tess, I just got a call on our hotline, and a listener had said that the document that a lot of people are having a problem with is the verification of employment because the human resources departments and so many businesses on Guam have been shut down. So they try to call, no answer. I mean, who has their HR department's email? I mean, maybe we do, a small company, but I think for the most part, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but they gave us a listing. Department of Labor gave us a listing and the email. So we email them. Okay. So we wait for their response.
So then you guys are also doing that. Okay, I see.
Yes, we're doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So we're going to post up all the documents they need onto our Facebook because people keep calling and asking about that. And I know it's on the website, Tess, but sometimes it's good to get a real live person on the radio.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if they have any questions, they can call the numbers that we gave to you. Yeah.
Right.
So Tess,
Okay, I think I have them. This is correct. 635-7488.
Uh-huh.
That's for the Dedido. 635-7484, 7439, 635-7396, and 635-7429. That is for Northern Guam. Southern Guam, 828-7542, 828-7534, and 7524.
Yeah.
For Central Guam, Castle Mall, the number is 735-7340, 7519, 7256, and 7375. We're going to post this in the comments here so everybody knows. In this same letter, it also has the required documents that you'll need when you apply.
right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Tess, thank you so much for your time. Is there any? Can you just address the people listening and watching who are trying to get these benefits?
Oh.
Maybe you just have something to tell them that they're to kind of boost their confidence a little bit.
Okay, we're trying our best to process all the applications. Our staff are working early morning up to 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the evening, and they're also working Saturdays. So they call the clients even Saturdays and evenings. So make sure your telephone, your contact number that you provided, that you are available when they call you, so that your application can be processed. We're doing our best to provide the benefits that's needed.
Well, we know you are, Tess. Thank you. Thank
Everybody
you so much.
says you're a hard worker, Tess.
Yeah.
So that's why
Thank you
I
so
get
much.
you. Yeah.
And maybe we'll check in with you next week. But
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, you and your caseworkers that are trying to get the help to our people who really need that help.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it, Tess.
Take care.
Okay.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's a federal thing, so they got all these requirements for these documents that they can't wiggle and play and say no, just give us this one in the meantime. So, I mean, it is what it is. We're all trying to meet these, parameters for applying for this assistance, and you see, people who've been in the government of Guam their entire career in the classified system. People who got their boots on the ground. They're working hard and they're taking it serious. I mean, she's working all day.
Saturdays too.
So they know, and even if we ask the governor, sometimes the answer is not what you guys want to hear, and so that's why I feel we got to go to the people who are right in the mix, doing the stuff to let you know that yes, they know you're hurting and they're trying to help.
And right now, as Tess mentioned, there's 423 new applicants, and this was just between April 1st and April 10th.
Yeah, so
That's only 9 days. And prior to that, in March, it was 220, I believe, new applicants. And some of those are reapplicants. So,
Right. But reapplicants mean they were on the program before, and then for whatever reason they got off. Maybe they got a job or something, and so their information's already in there, and then they reapply.
Right.
That's according to the mayors we talked to.